Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and today is Thursday, September 23. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Despite the ban on alcohol sales and consumption at restaurants across the island, police in Patong raided several bars, including on Bangla Road, charging venue operators for breach of the provincial order banning the sale of alcohol. The move flies in the face of the tacit permission granted by the Phuket Police and Patong municipality, with bars along Bangla Road open and selling alcohol, which was confirmed by the head of the Patong Business Association last week. It all stems from an order from the provincial government for all police stations to inspect and enforce the rules in their areas earlier this week. Of note, the report made no mention of the bars breaking any laws by being open, since they are supposed to stay closed. The charges were only for selling alcohol. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Restrictions for the annual Phuket Vegetarian Festival have been announced for this year's event, which will be held from sunset on October 5th to October 14th. Officials have been working with organizers at participating shrines across the island to create a raft of COVID prevention measures and address concerns that the festival would launch yet another spread of COVID infections on Phuket. Under the conditions, all Masong spirit mediums and their assistants must be fully vaccinated and have tested negative for antigen test kits before the start of the festival, and then again on day 5 of the festival. All rituals will be reduced to the extent necessary. All participants must wear masks at all times. Social distancing must be maintained, and the number of attendees in one activity must not exceed 100. These are just some of the major restrictions. In addition, if more than 20% of participants are found to be infected in a continuous cluster, the event will be canceled. With the announcement of the restrictions, the Jui Tui Shrine, one of the main Chinese shrines in the heart of Phuket town that takes part in the annual festival, they have banned any food and other vendor stalls from being set up in front of the temple along Ranong Road to avoid any further outbreak of COVID-19. This is the first time any of the main administrators of Chinese shrines in Phuket have banned food stalls or vendors from setting up in front of a temple during the annual Vegetarian Festival. Again, this year's Phuket Vegetarian Festival will take place from sunset October 5th to October 14th. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Phuket recorded 239 total COVID infections yesterday, along with one more death. There are currently 4,177 people currently under supervision or medical care on Phuket. The latest death pushes the death toll up by 1 this month. During September, Phuket has recorded 5,182 COVID cases, and the island has recorded an average of just over 235 total COVID cases per day. These numbers include infections of tourists in the sandbox scheme. Zooming out to Thailand, there have been just over 13,250 COVID cases and 131 more fatalities over the last 24 hours. 98% of total cases have occurred in the last 5 months. 90% of total patients have recovered. Phuket Extra will be right back after this. Transform your pool within a week. Call us today. Quality guaranteed since 2012. Call M Painting today. Welcome back to Phuket Extra. Its official approval on a proposal has been agreed that would make it easier for domestic tourists to enter Phuket starting October 1st in a move aimed at encouraging travel to the island. All domestic arrivals who wish to enter Phuket by land, sea, and air must be fully vaccinated or have recovered from being infected with COVID no more than 6 months prior to arrival. They must also have tested negative for COVID by RT-PCR or antigen nasal swab test kit within 7 days before arriving. The current restriction in place requires people entering Phuket to test negative for COVID within 72 hours of arriving to enter the province. In addition, starting October 1st, people will also be able to bring their own antigen test kit to the Phuket checkpoint at Chai or to a seaport and conduct the test in front of officers there and be issued a certificate that can be used for 7 days. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. A drug rehab facility inside a temple in Kanchanaburi province is being accused of torture and other human rights abuses after more than 200 men were released by soldiers this week, all led by a popular shaman and a lawyer who are asking police to take action. A well-known shaman known as Mo Pla, real name Jirapan Pekau, he's been sounding the alarm in recent weeks over a drug rehab center at Wat Papura Bambrong in Kanchanaburi province, which also runs a drug rehabilitation facility. They offer rehab services and treatment for addicts, many of whom are sent there either as condition of their release by police, others go in exchange for a clean criminal record, some are there voluntarily, and others are committed by family. According to reports, treatment entails a 12-month contract, and all attendees would have to pay 12,000 baht each to enter, along with an additional 2,000 baht a month for food, with a 10,000 baht price for early release. According to Mo Bla, those being treated live in unsafe and horrid conditions, and he, along with a lawyer, had previously filed a report with local police. But when nothing happened, Mo Bla rounded up some reporters along with soldiers, and they headed down to the temple this Monday to inspect the temple grounds, and much of it was streamed live on Facebook. There, you could see hundreds of people living in crowded conditions inside a locked room with only 2 bathrooms. 216 people were taken from the grounds and transferred to a local field hospital. On Wednesday, local police confirmed that there were 2 deaths at the temple's rehab center, and both happened this month. Also on Wednesday, Mopla and the lawyer, Baisan Ruangrit, surrounded by 10 of the men who were freed by soldiers, it was revealed that several of those who were sent by police were not drug addicts, but were people charged with physical assault, but were given the option of staying in the rehab center for a year in order to not be thrown in jail, and parents still had to pay the fees. They also described the extremely poor conditions at the center, along with being given only 1 meal a day. Now, both men, along with those who were let out of the center, are calling for an investigation. Thanks again for joining us here on Phuket Extra on this Thursday. It's all brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Join us again tomorrow on Friday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.